So, you want to get enough investment properties so you could show your boss the finger, or 2 fingers, or 3 fingers, maybe 4 fingers. Well, I can't help you with which finger to show your boss, but what I can do is give you some tips on how to find a good investment property. When you start looking for an investment property, you need to look at many investment properties. You need to be looking at least at 100 properties. You can check out many of the property websites online and refine your search of what you're looking for. If you're looking for a 2-bedroom sectional title unit with no swimming pool, that might be narrowing it down a little bit. Which areas are you looking at? What price range are you looking at? What type of returns are you looking at? When you're investing, there's 2 types of properties that you can invest in. The first is called a Krugerrand property. A Krugerrand property are those really expensive ones. I see them as higher than 800,000. Properties that are higher than 800,000 Rand very seldom give you a really good rental income. But most of the time, the value will increase much faster than others. You also get cash flow properties. Now, cash flow properties normally have very good rent compared to their value, but the value of the property does not increase as fast as your Krugerrand properties. There's sometimes a sweet spot between these two, but often they are quite mutually exclusive. The most important thing that you need to do when finding investment properties is the calculations. You need to know what exactly you're looking for and what is a good deal and what is not. The 1% rental factor rule gives you a very good idea about what type of property you're looking at. An example of a cash flow property is one for 400,000 Rand. In this example, this property gives me rent of 5,000 Rand a month. That works out at more than a 1% rental factor. A 1% rental factor means 400,000 Rand, 4,000 Rand a month of rent. If it's more than 1%, this tends to be a very good cash flow property. In many cases, you would find a property for 1,000,000 Rand, but the rent will be 8,000 Rand. That means that you're going to have to pay in quite a bit of money from your own pocket. Do you want to do that? That is the question that you need to ask. A good property portfolio will have a very good mix of cash flow properties and Krugerrand properties, because you want the value of the properties to increase, but you also want the cash flow from the rent. Oftentimes, these will balance out each other and you will stay tax neutral, i.e., your income that you get and your expenses are about the same. That is absolutely the ideal that you want. More questions that you need to ask when you are considering buying a property would be things like, what are the levies? What are the rates and taxes? Are there any special levies coming? You also need to consider things like what the rental agent will charge you if you are going to use one, and if there's any other fees like parking fees or other special fees that you need to cater for. Sometimes you need to pay for them to tend to the garden. If the levies are extremely high, you also know that there might be issues in the block. You can always check my website for more information on this. The links are below. So in conclusion, look at the 1% rental factor. Also ask about levies and all fees involved. This will give you a very good idea on what to expect. So now, go and happy investing.